Hello, this and I think this is going to be my final video for a while. But anyways, let's get this started. The thing is if you haven't been living under a rock, you have probably heard that Sony released a new PS3 Super Slim, and of course, the one person who defended it, Glock Ninja. Glock, it's not really all these haters who want to hate. It's just that a lot of people find it kind of stupid that Sony would come up with this. I mean, especially this late in the game, and also because it seems to really be copying Nintendo stuff, the Wii U, and it also just, huh, they didn't need to come out with it. And all they could have done was just drop the price of their normal Slim, and they would have been fine. And, well, yeah, I know they needed a gigantic price drop, and I know. Look, the reason why they needed a gigantic price drop was because the Sony PlayStation 3's original price point when it came out was $600, and each game was $80. Yeah, it's just too fucking high. But to me, I mean, it's just that this new Super Slim model is just A, too little, too late, and B, why the fuck they come out with it now? I mean, especially with their PlayStation 4 not that far away. Unless they're not going to release it until like 2014 or 15, which will be so late in the game that it just won't look good. I mean, if they do come up with a PlayStation 4 and it's right around the corner, or they show it off at some convention, you know, why get a Super Slim? Why? Just, just no point. This is just Sony jumping into bandwagons without even thinking. And they've been doing this over and over and over. The PS Vita, PlayStation 3, Super Slim. I mean, the original Slim model's fine, but this Super Slim is just. I'm sorry, it's just a bandwagon console. I don't get it. I mean, do I think that Sony could come up with a PlayStation 4 and maybe beat Microsoft and Nintendo? Yeah, I think they could. I mean, they did it with the PlayStation 1, which beat Nintendo and Sega, and the PlayStation 2, which beat Microsoft and Nintendo and Sega. But this, well, I just don't understand what they're doing. And I think I speak for everybody when I just said I'm deeply and utterly confused. Seriously. I don't know. I just want the old Sega, the one that knew how to make a console, and it knew that it wasn't about graphics power, that it was about getting a good, decent console out there, and it wasn't all about graphics or the online experience. It was just about making the console fun to play. You just make the console for the games, not the other way around. When you make the console for the console, you make it fun to play, not, hey, look, this can play all the latest and greatest crap. Who cares? Yeah, the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2 were the weakest of their generations, but they were fun to play, and and also not so pricey. Oh yeah, and Apple has released their iOS 6, and if you notice, Google Maps is gone, and so is YouTube. The good news is that Google has released a YouTube app that's actually pretty good. My only complaint about that app is why does it, why isn't there a higher res version for the iPad, or at least a bigger screen version? But as far as I can see, it's actually pretty nice. Siri works on my mom's iPad, and well, we've been having fun with it. My brother's iPhone doesn't have it because it's just a 4S, or no, not 4S. It's just iPhone 4. but and for some reason it was they said it was going Siri was going to show up on the iPod Touch fourth generation. Nintendo lied about that. I mean, Apple lied about that. But from what I understand, it will be in the fifth generation of iPod Touch. Whatever. And of course, everybody's putting their reviews on Apple's new earbuds, which because Apple made a mistake and a whole bunch of people are owning them on it. The mistake was that they said, "Ooh, our new earbuds can beat all those other high-priced earphone headsets out that are made out right now." No, it can't. And Apple knew they shouldn't have put that statement out there because now everybody's comparing it to the high-end headsets out there i for i for all the iOS devices and calling them out on their bullshit. Way to go, Apple. Way to sink your own ship. But as for the devices themselves, like the new iPhone, the new iPod Touch, and the new Nano, they did pretty good. Except maybe the Nano. I don't really care about the Nano. But the iPod Touch and the and the iPhone are actually pretty well designed. Even though there are some batshit crazy people out there who are saying some of the most idiotic things. Look, Apple got you a bigger screen, and of course they made the processors more faster. I mean, you guys wouldn't be happy if if the iPhone grew arms, legs, and they had the cure for all forms of cancer and brain disease. You still would be mad and complain about Apple. And of course, the new iOS 6 seems to be listening to the customers, giving them trying, or at least trying to give them everything they wanted. Well, the exception of Google apps. And as speaking of the Google apps, I know that a lot of people are saying, well, Apple doesn't need Google anyways. Well, you're saying that on YouTube, which is funny because YouTube's owned by Google. So if you don't need Google apps or Google anything, why the fuck do you have a fucking YouTube account? Oh, that's right. All the other web video sharing sites are, well, don't have the kind of power that Google has, does it? Well, even Microsoft's cut off Google, and they still got a YouTube account. Go figure. And the only weird thing about the new iPhone and iPod Touch is I have actually seen a few Android users defend Apple on some of the batshit crazy things that people have been saying about them. Yeah, that's actually true. They're still going to use their Android phones and shit, but when they hear batshit and saying crazy things about Apple, they tend to start complaining. Well, that's all I have for now. See ya.